Give me a sec. What is happening, everyone? How are we? I'm back. And tonight we're going to go through a really cool one. So I'll run through with a few of you guys my blood tests and everything that's happening with that. So I've got all my labs here, which are quite exciting. I froth over that stuff. I'm sure you will too, because it's super valuable. Then I'm going to rant over the dumbest shit that I've ever heard. I had a doctor today who was super nice, like meant super well, but was absolutely fucking stupid. Like seriously, one of the dumbest people I think I've ever met. And these are the people who are giving you health advice. Alright, they're giving you health advice. They're doctors and they don't even understand the basic principles of nutrition. So I'm going to rant on that for a bit and some of the crap that she's telling me. As for why am I outside and why am I shirtless? Because the sun is shining. It's absolutely epic. Still about 25-30 degrees. And why not? I want to get tanned while I'm talking to you. I think I'm going to move all the Q&As to this time, around 6:30 at night. Because this is when my female gets off work. She finishes work about 7. She's a lawyer. Terrible life. Don't do it. But yeah, so I want to actually see her a bit more. And doing lives at 7:30 to 8:30 at night, it's a little bit, not conducive to her being too happy with me. Which is, guys, as you know, it's already hard enough as it is to understand your woman and keep her happy. And doing live at 7:30 to 8:30 at night isn't really good for that at all. So yeah, so I will be going live at this time from now on. We're going to move it in till 6:30 at night. If you do miss it, right, if you can't make this time normally, then it's going to be posted on the page anyway. You're going to be able to find it in the Shred community, and we're still going to be here to answer all the questions for you. All right? But anyway, first things first, I'm going to share this in the Shred community. Now, bear with me, I can't multitask. I am male, all right? Can't do anything about that. So I'm just going to share it right now. The dumbest shit I've ever heard. Alright? Share in the Shred community. Now I'm going to give you the link to the Shred community. If you're not already in it, get amongst it. The link is right here. Facebook.com/groups/JCF Shred community. Alright, it's the top comment. You'll be able to find it. You can't miss it. Okay. So first things first, I got my bloods back today. Alright, my blood tests. Pretty much what you should be doing is you should be running your blood tests quite regularly. You should literally be going for them. I recommend it every 3 months or so, every 3 to 6 months. For my advanced guys, I do it when I need them. I just do it as a general checkup. If you're getting over the age of 30 to 40, then yeah, every 3 months can be really, really beneficial. So here are some of mine, which I'll go through with you. Pretty much with my vitamin D, I'm up like right at the top, and that's where I want all you guys to be as well. You should always have high levels of vitamin D because, well, vitamin D is awesome, and you just generally feel better with it. I find a lot of the time that whenever I have clients or people who have higher levels of vitamin D, they just feel better. They're just happier people. They end up having better androgens, all right? So I've got no science on that whatsoever. That's just what I see from looking at a shitload of blood tests. T3, T4, top of the reference range, no whockers. I had very high iron saturation, which was quite odd, but the chick told me not to worry about it. That's beyond me. I don't really care about that stuff, to be perfectly honest. I feel fucking fantastic, so I'm not too worried about it. B12, nailed it, as was my folate. Luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone. For those of you who think I'm running grams and grams of gear and shit, they're at 2.9 and 2.3. You can't do that running grams of gear. So yeah, and my estrogen was at 82. Nailed that again. What else do I have? All my blood was absolutely amazing. I have a lower than average corpuscle volume, so my red blood cells are quite small. Fun fact. What else do I have? Cholesterol was absolutely perfect. Look at that. That is a beautiful cholesterol range right there. That is absolutely fantastic. You guys have froth on that. What else do I have? I got some wicked notes from the doctor who I'm about to rant on here. My kidneys are absolutely immaculate. The way I do that is I drink water, lots of water. It's good, and that's literally it. That's pretty much all you need to do for your kidneys to keep them happy. What else do I have? Some more stupid notes from her. Fasting blood glucose, absolutely perfect. That's a really good test to tell you just generally how healthy you are. If your inflammation levels go up, your fasting blood glucose levels will also go up, and your insulin sensitivity goes down. So yes, that's not what you want to do. Testosterone, 32.8, fantastic. So I was right at the top of the testosterone range. For those of you who are backwards and are using the American non-SI units of nanograms per deciliter, that equates to a testosterone reading of about 1100 or so just above the reference range. Absolutely fantastic. My SHBG was a little bit high, but I'm pretty happy with that anyway because I feel fucking amazing. And so yes, that's my bloods. Now guys, on bloods, alright, one thing you need to do is you need to keep checking in on them. You need to make sure that they are always good, they're always optimal. So I recommend in general once every 3 months. I do that with all my advanced guys. So yeah. Now I have just got a warning light from my phone saying that I'm running low on battery, so I'll be back in a sec. Rookie error. Forgot to plug him in. You always plug him in when you go live. Learn from that. Okay. So anyway, there's my bloods. There's my bloods, they're all done. But now, onto the dumbest shit that I've ever heard. Okay. So I had this really lovely GP today. Really lovely GP. I booked in, I saw her. She gave me all my results. Took the time to go through them, you know. But the problem is that she was absolutely fucking stupid. She had zero idea about nutrition. And that's the sad thing. That is the sad thing, is that this is the case with a lot of GPs, right? A lot of GPs will say absolutely ridiculous, ludicrous things. So what I did is I walked in, all right, strolled on in into the GP's thing, did a little bit of small talk with her, kept her happy, made her feel important. And I sat down in there and she said, "Oh, you do bodybuilding?" I said, "Yes, I do. Well observed." I had a minor pump on before I went in as well, which helped. But she said, "Oh, do you take protein shakes?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I take a bit of protein here and there." And she said, "Oh, don't do that. They're bad for you." And I was like, I thought there. I had two minds, right? One was either say, "Are you fucking retarded?" And the other one was say, "You know what, I'll see where this is going." So I asked her. I decided with the latter one. I asked her, I said, "Oh, really? Why is that?" And she said to me, "Oh, they're full of really, really bad things and they ruin your kidneys." And I said, "Oh, okay, that's quite interesting. So how exactly does protein ruin your kidneys?" And she said, "Oh, it just does. It's some of the stuff inside of the protein that ruins your kidneys." And I said, "Oh, which things exactly?" And she said, "Oh, the whey protein." And I said, "Which part of the whey protein is it that ruins your kidneys?" And she said, "Oh, it's just some of the stuff in there." I'm like, "Okay, cool. Do you have any evidence to back this up? Do you have any, articles which you could perhaps show me in order to prove your side of the story?" And then, of course, here comes the inevitable. She's like, "Oh, no. I don't do that. I don't worry about that. I've just been doing this for 25 years. I said, "Oh, okay. So you've treated a large number of people who've had kidney failure from protein, from drinking protein shakes." And she said, "Oh, yes. Loads and loads." I'm like, all right. I'm like, "Oh, okay, so, were there other variables in it perhaps? Like, did they all drink alcohol?" And she was like, yeah, they drank alcohol." And I said, "So hang on. All these guys who drink alcohol and take protein shakes, they get kidney diseases, all right? A lot of them get kidney diseases. And yet you blame the fucking protein shake over alcohol?" But I left it, all right? I didn't call her out then and there because she was a nice woman, just not very smart, okay? And so we digressed from there. And then she got over onto my vitamin D levels. Now, my vitamin D levels are fucking mint, all right? As you can tell right now, they're absolutely mint. Absolutely mint. And so she's going through them and she's saying, "Oh, this is one of the areas where it's really, really bad for you, where some really, really bad things happen. And, this is when you get into those whey protein shakes and, they're adding in, selenium and vitamin D into them." I'm like, guys, when was the last time you had a protein shake where they gave you vitamin D or selenium? I mean, the protein companies, they're not that stupid to put that stuff in there because it's expensive. Very, very expensive. But anyway, I digress. She said to me, "Oh, I don't know any of the ingredients in the whey protein shakes, but they always put these things in here. Vitamin D, selenium, copper, zinc." I'm like, really? And I said, "Oh, so which ones? Which ones are the bad ones?" And she said, "Oh, I don't know, all of them. I don't know." I'm like, oh my God, like seriously. And I just thought, then and there, I was like, we as a race are fucked. Like, these are the guardians of our health. We're fucked. Like, seriously, we have got no hope whatsoever. And I left it there. And I said instead, all right, so what would you recommend in order for me to get my protein intake up? And this is where it gets hilarious, guys. If you think it's bad now, it gets worse. I said, so where do I get my protein up? And she said, oh yeah, you should just eat more protein. You should keep getting a high protein diet in. And I said, all right, so what's the difference between the protein in whey and the protein in all other foods? Because there is none. And she said, oh, it's just the way that they manufacture the amino acids. And I said, so whey comes from milk, all right? But milk's okay to drink? And she said, yep. And then I said, so the way in which they extract whey from milk, that does something to the amino acids. And she said, yep, that's exactly it. And I asked, so which amino acids are the bad ones? And she said, oh, no, it's not that, it's just the way that they're made. Now guys, you and I know, right, that drinking whey is not bad at all. Drinking fucking pea protein isolate is not bad at all. Drinking rice protein isolate is not bad at all, okay? But she's telling me that you should spend your money on eating extra meat in order to avoid using whey protein or amino acids because they're bad for your kidneys. Now look, that's not as stupid as what she could have gone. She could have gone full sped, full potato, and she could have said that having a high protein diet, that ruins your kidneys, which has been repeatedly proven not to, but she didn't, so that's one good point to her. But she kept saying that I should be getting all my protein from meat and I shouldn't be drinking any protein shakes because it's going to ruin my kidneys. I mean, what? Like seriously? And then after this, she begins to give me a lecture on nutrition. And I was like, all right, well, clearly she doesn't know who I am, thank God, so I can do this rant video absolutely bagging her out without hurting her feelings. But she then goes to say, she says, you know what? You should have a high protein diet. You should still keep eating your high protein diet, but just don't eat any carbs and no fats. I was like, bruh. I had a hard time letting that go so I could keep talking to her. But she said you should have a high protein diet with no carbs and no fats. At all. Zero carbs, zero fats, just protein. And she says, oh, but you got to make sure you have your veggies. If you do that, then you'll be fine. Not one bit was mentioned towards macronutrient ratios, calorie balance, or anything like that. But she says you should eat lots of protein, no supplements, and a high vegetable diet with no fat, no carbs. I was like, wow. Right? I don't know about you guys, but I would struggle to get in 5,000 calories from meat and vegetables alone, that's for sure, without having any fat or carbs. Absolutely fucking retarded. But yeah, that was her solution. And then to top it off, what she said is, she said, you need to get fish oil in. You must get fish oil in. So you should have, your diet should be meat, vegetables, and fish oil with nothing else. And that was literally it. Honestly, by then I was just like, just give me my fucking blood test. I'm actually getting more and more stupid as I'm being in here. Then she topped it off. At the end, what she did, she said, oh, these are the supplements that you should use. And she gave me her card with a link to a network marketing company. So not only did she give me the most fucking stupid, retarded advice that I've ever heard in my life, like I've talked to potatoes more intelligent with nutrition than that. And literally, all I got out of it was a referral to her bloody network marketing company where I'm buying overpriced supplements. And she told me these are the supplements you need to get. You need to take this fish oil because it's got the right EPA to DHA ratio. And I was like, oh my God. And that fish oil, there was like, what, 50 tablets, so 50 grams of fish oil for something like $90. Oh my God. What are these people doing? Like, seriously. These people have got zero idea about nutrition at all. Guys, if you want to get big, here's what you need to do. Number one, don't listen to your fucking GP. Don't do that, ever. Anything in regards to nutrition, don't listen to your GP. They don't know shit, clearly. Well, maybe some do, but I dare say the general lot don't. Unless you've got a really good one, you're probably not going to have much luck. If you want to get bigger, here's what you need to do. You need to eat more food, number one. You need to get in 3 grams per kilo of body weight in protein. You need to eat carbohydrates. You need to eat fat, contrary to what your GP might say. And you need to get in some fish oil, but you don't need to spend $100 for 50 grams of fish oil, okay? You just need to eat logically. That's all you need to do. That is all you need to do. So the next time somebody tells you that you need to eat only protein, no carbs and no fats, and that protein shakes are bad for you, that protein shakes will ruin your kidneys, tell them to go get fucked, because they are so wrong and have zero idea what you're talking about. If you don't want to be confrontational about it and you want to be a little bit smug like I was, then you can ask them for a skerrick of evidence about it, and you watch them run for the corners and try and dodge any question which is asking for any little bit of evidence, because there is zero evidence to suggest that drinking protein shakes causes kidney damage. There is zero evidence to suggest that a high protein diet causes kidney damage. There is zero evidence to suggest that eating a zero carb, zero fat, protein and vegetable only diet will make you get big. Okay? And that's the end of the rant. That's the end of the rant. That's some of the dumbest shit that I've heard. That's some of the dumbest shit that I've heard. I thank her for passing the bloods to me and interpreting them poorly, where I could then interpret them themselves correctly. But yes, you pretty much, you don't want to listen to somebody who has no fucking idea about nutrition for nutrition advice. Alright? So anyway, that's it. Rant over. Done. Let's get into some of the questions that we've got coming through right now. I'll be on here for the next 10 minutes. Jake Holt, damn big titties. Awesome content, bro. Glad you like my titties, my man. I'm glad you like my rant even better. Monty, what test do you request to get this? Brother, we've got a whole heap of tests that we run. Alright, this is all our advanced guys. This is what we get them doing. Benny Robson, how are you, big man? Alex D, test levels 32. I'm at 25, let's boost it up. Mate, the easiest way that we can boost your test levels up is to get your inflammation levels down. Guys, if you want more testosterone, what you need to do is you need to drop cortisol. If cortisol's up and stress is up, testosterone comes down. It's a natural thing that happens like that. We need to make sure that your inflammation levels are down, and then bang, your test will go through the roof. Not through the roof, up to the higher end of the reference range. Yudish, you're absent. Absolutely not, Yudish. Classic pun, love it. Mick, doctors are annoying. Yes, look, some doctors are annoying, and I mean, I did rip on them pretty hard today, and this one was pretty bloody spud-like. She was a lemon of the lot. They do have a place, right? So if you got a cold or a flu, you can probably go to them if you want some antibiotics to further degrade your health. But they do have a place, mate. They do have a place for some things. I mean, I refer some of my clients to GPs every now and then as well for liver issues, kidney issues, just general stuff. They are good at times. Chris Graff, PhDs, lifelong studies, hex fees to know absolutely nothing. Yes, it is a sad thing that these poor bastards have studied for decades of their life and are dumber than when they started. John, moved to Queensland for Minter vitamin D. Mate, the vitamin D does not get any better than that here from Jimmy C's balcony, or Papa Shred's balcony. Paul Jewett, this is gold. I'm glad you liked it, mate. Aaron Stolls, looking good, man. Thank you very much, brother. Stephen O'Connor, alcohol is the worst for you. Yes, alcohol is terrible for you. It is not good for your shred whatsoever. However, if you do drink, there's some really easy things you can do to ameliorate the loss of gains which you get. Those are just drink a shitload of water, minimize the carb and fat intake while you're drinking, all right? Still get a little bit of protein in there, and then the next day either take a shot of glutathione or take some glutathione and some B complex vitamins, and it'll help you out a lot. Aaron Guy, but eating junk food and drinking alcohol is okay for them. Oh my God, guys, I know so many GPs who deny the role of diet in health. I know so many GPs who are still pushing a high carbohydrate, low protein, low fat diet. It is absolutely ridiculous. You don't go to them for nutritional advice. If anybody ever tells you that junk food is just as good as normal food, they're fucking wrong, Okay, it is not just as good. It is never just as good. Trust me, I work near exclusively with high-level people, high-level thinkers, high-level lifters, people with advanced gut issues, and I can tell you right now, there is a very big difference between shit food and good food. John Harrell, a GP isn't a nutritionist. Reality is a GP is the person who refers you to specialists. Well said. But on that note, mate, nutritionists don't really know that much about nutrition either in general. There are very, very few good ones. I know a heap of nutritionists who are still pushing cleanse detoxes and fucking, low carb or no carb diets. It's absolutely ridiculous, okay? So none of them can be trusted. All you need to trust is Papa Shred and the Shred community, and you're going to get all the nutritional information that you need, alright? Alex D, best rant ever. Mate, I'm glad you like the rant. Zane, didn't really get your insight on training fasted. Do you take BCAAs intra? Yeah, training fasted, mate, doesn't matter if you take BCAAs intra or post, whatever. Doesn't really matter. If you take them intra workout, man, they are going to ameliorate you. They're going to lessen your DOMs. Jason Bartlett, how do you know you're eating enough calories for your workload in the gym, as in getting bigger? Well, if you're growing, then you're eating enough calories. If you're not growing, then you're not eating enough, big fella. No, that's the easiest way. You got to calculate your macro intake. You got to calculate how many calories. You got to calculate your total daily energy expenditure. If you need a hand with any of this, I'll get my boys Woodsy or Joel onto you, and you can have a yarn over the phone. Eric, what protein shake do you recommend? The one I use is from Sabedo Supplements. Look, in the end of the day, they're all pretty good, mate. Sabedo's just the one that I use. Dylan, absolutely gold of a rant, mate. Keep the good work up. What's the best exercise to increase size of biceps and triceps? The best exercise, mate. The best exercise is any exercise where you've lifted hard. You've gone hard at it and you've lifted some big weight. That is pretty much the best exercise for it, man. Doesn't matter what exercise you do, as long as you've got good frequency, volume, and intensity, you're going to be laughing. Vicky, how are you, my man? Long time no speak. Vicky's asked, what's the right time to take L-theanine? In the morning, before bed, whenever you like, whenever you need a bit more of a GABA burst. Steven's asked, best time to eat carbs, brah. Sometimes I haven't reached my calories due to work, and after it I finish a workout, not sure how to reach it. Mate, the best time to eat carbs are really, number one, when it fits your lifestyle. Number two is going for a carb backloading principle. That's in general. I like everyone on carb backloading because it generally tends to work quite well. But yeah, in the end of the day, you just got to fit into your lifestyle and make sure that you hit in the correct number of carbs for the day. Mark Giles just asked, can food increase cortisol or is it just a stressful lifestyle? Food can definitely increase cortisol if it's bad food that you're not digesting terribly well. Where are my next questions? Fred Stowers has asked, what's your rest day? My rest day is the day where I don't train. Today I didn't feel like training, so I didn't train. It doesn't matter what day you take your rest day, it doesn't matter what day you train, because in the end of the day, Tuesdays are just as anabolic as Wednesdays, and Wednesdays are just as anabolic as Thursdays, so train whenever you like. And Ibra has just said, looking nice, buddy. Thank you very much, mate. On that note, I'm out, alright? I'm going to go find my female, look after her, keep her happy, or try to keep her happy. It's a struggle every day. Men aren't good at it, we're just not. But I'll try. I'm going to leave you to it. If you have any questions, let me know. Comment, join the Shred community, get amongst it. Most importantly, if you hear some dumb shit, tell me so I can rant about it with you, because there is so much dumb shit being said every single fucking day, and we're going to make sure that everybody in this group, everybody in these lives is going to be dumb proof, okay? On that note, I'll leave you all to it. We'll speak soon.